In the first part, we saw how Erich Fromm drew a line between two ways of living, having, which clings and possesses, and being, which experiences and expresses. Now, let's dive deeper into what these modes mean for everyday life, and why choosing between them is not just about personal happiness, but about the survival of society itself. Fromm believed that the having mode creates an endless hunger. When identity is built on what you own, there is never enough. Money, possessions, even relationships, they all become trophies to display, but never true sources of satisfaction. A person in this mode might think, if I just buy one more thing, get one more promotion, gain one more follower, then I'll be happy. But the moment the desire is fulfilled, it fades, and a new craving takes its place. The cycle never ends. In this way, the having mode breeds anxiety, envy, and a constant fear of losing what you have. Contrast that with the being mode. Here, joy is not based on owning, but on living. The being person doesn't say, I have joy. They are joyful in the act itself, while playing music, walking in nature, or speaking with a friend. Because this joy doesn't depend on possessions, it cannot be stolen or diminished. In fact, the more it is shared, the stronger it becomes. Fromm described it as an inner richness that grows with every authentic act of love, creativity, or understanding. Think about work. In the having mode, a job is a possession. I have a position, I have authority, I have a salary. Success is measured by titles and paychecks. In the being mode, work is an expression. I create, I contribute, I grow. Even if the pay is modest, the worker in the being mode finds meaning in the act of doing itself. One treats work as a means of domination, the other as a path of becoming. The same logic applies to knowledge. A scholar in the having mode hoards information like a library he never opens. He memorizes facts to say, I know, but in truth, he has not digested or lived those facts. The being scholar, on the other hand, transforms knowledge into insight. He may forget exact details, but the essence lives within him, shaping the way he thinks and acts. Knowledge in the having mode is dead weight. In the being mode, it is alive. Fromm also applied this to spirituality. In the having mode, religion becomes a possession. I have faith. I have the truth. It becomes rigid, something to defend, and often a weapon against others. In the being mode, spirituality is not about owning truth, but about living it. It is an ongoing process of wonder, compassion, and openness. Fromm saw this as the heart of all great teachings, not clinging to dogma, but being transformed through love and awareness. At a larger scale, Fromm warned that modern consumer society traps entire nations in the having mode. Economies are driven by the need to buy, own, and consume more. Advertising convinces us that happiness lies in products, but in reality, this system leaves people restless and empty, because possessions can never satisfy the deeper hunger for meaning. It also damages the earth, as natural resources are treated as objects to be consumed without limit. Fromm argued that if humanity is to survive, it must shift collectively toward the being mode. This does not mean abandoning all possessions. We all need food, shelter, tools, but it means redefining life so that the core of existence is not measured by ownership, but by experience. The question changes from what do I have to who am I and how do I live? He envisioned a society where work is creative rather than exploitative, where relationships are based on genuine care rather than control, and where knowledge and spirituality are lived rather than possessed. In such a society, people would still use things, but they would not be owned by them. Fromm admitted this transformation is not easy. It requires courage, because letting go of having feels like letting go of security. But he insisted that the being mode is the only path to freedom. When you no longer cling to possessions for identity, you discover that your true self cannot be lost. To be is to live fully in each moment, to act with love, to create without fear, to know without owning. In the end, having and being is not just philosophy, it is a challenge. Fromm asks each of us, Which mode are you living in right now? Do you define yourself by what you have or by who you are? The answer may determine not only your own happiness, but the future of humanity itself. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.